we will. So next we will proceed with understanding many-to-many relationship and how to resolve the many relationship. In the sense, how do we implement the many-to-many relationship, right? So that we will take a look at it. First of all, what is many-to-many relationship? We already discussed. Multiple rows in a table is associated with multiple rows in other table. In the interview, they'll expect you to be good with this thing, okay? This many-to-many relationship concept, and also they expect you to give solutions. They will give you some scenario, and you should be able to tell them how you are going to implement given that table. For example, I have something called salesperson, and then I have another table called customer. Okay, as a single person says person A, so you would have contacted multiple customers. Okay, a single salesperson would have contacted multiple customers. And let's say the customer 1, 2, 3, three different customers this person interacted in the past, and each customer was interacted not only with single salesperson, other salesperson also. So each multiple rows in a table, in this table is such multiple rows in other table. This is what is called your many-to-many relationship. Okay, other example is let us look at these two tables, account table and customer table. So modeling these two tables are pretty straightforward. The customer data are available in this dimension table. I call this a dimension table, customer dimension table. Okay, and here you have the accounts details are available. What is the account and number, and then the account name. Okay, savings account or current account, something like that. Okay, each table has an ID column. This is an ID column. In this case, each table have an ID column. So in this case, what happens? It requires a third table called a bridge table. Supposing if the customer wants to know their account balance, how will you tell? So the customer name and the account. Okay, sorry, this is your account balance. Let me just go here. Sorry, amount. Amount is your amount. So this is account ID and account name. Sorry. How many number of, see in this case what happens, the account table and customer table. So what happens here is a single customer can have more than one account. Let's say in my case, let's yes, Sam, you just think or Satya. Okay, this guy have more than one account. One is the savings account, the other one is current account. A single customer can have more than one account, and each account can be held by more than one customer. So what is the example for that? Each account can be held by two customers. Is it possible? Joint account. Husband and wife. Both of them having a single account, or mother and son having a single account, joint account. So a single account can have more than one customer, and each customer can have more than one account with the bank. This is a classic example for many-to-many relationship. In this case, how will you model this relationship? How will you model the relationship? In this case, what we do is we introduce something called the bridge table. I have introduced something called the bridge table. This is your bridge table or intermediary link, bridge table or link table. Okay, so this is the one we need to create it. So in this one, in the bridge table, okay, this is a frequently used term, bridge table. Okay, bridge table. So for the sake of this demonstration, right, I kept, so one row will be kept for each customer and account transaction associated. The combination of these two, one record is kept in this table. Customer ID is 1 and his account ID is A01. Okay, something. But same account a single account can be held by more than one customer. This is customer ID A01. This is, let's son and mother. The same account ID 1 is held by both son and mother. Since this is a bridge table, you can have many records here. Okay, you can have many values in the account ID as well as the customer ID. Okay. This is kind of a foreign key. So in this case, what happens is we have created one-to-many. This is the one side, this is the many side. So one-to-many relation. Both these two tables, the account and customer table, will have one-to-many relationship with this bridge table. Okay. So in this case, two one-to-many relationships are created to relate this table. Okay. So this is what our updated model. For example, in this case, what happens? This is your updated model. So your account table and then customer dimension table. This is what your bridge table. And then all the transactions, you put it in another table. So this is kind of, fact table. Kind of a fact table. Okay, it's nothing, right? It records the account transactions, how much money you have withdrawn, how much money you have deposited. Okay, fine. So in this case, what happens? The bridge table, usually we will hide it here because this is not required. We'll hide it here in our report. So we don't need it, in our report. Hence we hide it here. So this is also called as a factless fact. They call it a factless fact table. What is a fact table? What is the dimension table? We discussed in the previous sessions and all. What is the difference between fact table and dimension table? These are your dimension table. This is your dimension table, customer dimension, account dimension, and this is your bridge table, and this is a fact table. Fine. The fact table will have the combination of ID column from your dimension table, and then the dimension table gives the descriptive information to the facts. For example, amount. Okay, balanced amount is there. Whose amount? For which account ID? A single customer can have more than one account, one account number. And for that customer, for each account, how much balance I have. Okay, so what is the account name? Is the savings account how much I have, and the current account how much savings. So that account details are available. Name, description here, savings account, current account, that is available here. But along with this, I want to display the amount also. How much money I have in my savings account, how much money I have in my current account. In that case, you need to join these two tables. Okay, so here the one-to-many. So I just created one-to-many. Okay, and each account number, the account number. For example, for the savings account, S01 is your account ID, savings account. Okay, and C01 is your current account. Likewise, you will have unique records, unique values in the account ID column for each record in this table. Here also the same thing, customer ID, customer name. Supposing if somebody is asking you, right, how much balance each customer is having it, how much each customer is having the balance in their account. In that case, the customer name is available here. The account name is available here. But to join these two tables, we don't have any direct relationship. I cannot use this table to filter this table, because both of them are many to many. At the dimension level itself, we have many to many relationship. This is a dimension table, this is also a dimension table, customer dimension and account dimension. Both of them are having many to many relationship. So in this case, what we are doing is we introduce a bridge table. Both these tables, ID column, you will be having it here also. But this account ID and customer ID can be duplicated here. Whereas in this case, the account ID S01 should not repeat. Duplicate should not be there. Similarly, the customer ID C01 is the customer ID for Rajesh. The same customer ID should not be used for other customers. Okay, here we have for each customer, we have unique records. For each account, we have unique record. Fine. But so how will this help me, this model? Okay, how will this help me to find out how much balance each customer have in their respective accounts, savings account, current account. So in that case, you don't have any direct relation between them. So what we are doing is, you are introducing a bridge table. With this bridge table, what we do is, here you can have only unique records. Here also you have the unique values in the customer ID, account ID also unique values. You are not supposed to have the duplicate values. But here you can have the duplicate values. With the combination of both account ID and customer ID, you can tell which account ID is held by which customer, you can tell, isn't it? But here we don't specify the balance everything, just the ID key column only we use it, ID column, both the table. Hence, it's called a factless fact table, because what is a fact? Fact is nothing but the amount, the number columns that have the number data type are called your facts, or it is also called as a measures. In this case, the amount is your fact. It's a number type, or it is also called as a measure. Either you can say the fact or measure. But this is a fact table, kind of fact table. The fact table will have the combination of the key columns plus the facts. In this case, the fact is nothing but amount. In the case of sales table, you have units sold, quantity, and the sales. These are your facts. Sales amount, these are your facts. So it's not, because these two are your numeric data type. Now we got it. So we need to have an intermediary table, because these two are having the many-to-many relationship. If you want to use the customer dimension to filter this, obviously you need to have this in a link table, because the link table, it is also called a link table. The link table links the key column, account ID and customer ID, from both the tables here. So with this, you can tell which account is held by which customer. Each customer is holding how many number of accounts, you can tell. And if they ask you, right, so if they go one step further, if they ask you, okay, fine, which customer is holding which accounts, fine, but how much balance they have it, that transaction you store it is available in a fact table. If you don't have this link table, what will happen? You cannot use the customer dimension to filter this table at all. Okay, since you need a link table here. Here we have transaction table. Now what I do is I'll take you to my Power BI desktop, and here I will just show you the tables that I used it. Not this one. I just close this one. The other one is many-to-many relationship. Here what I did, I just use the tables here. I just show you. This is my customer table. And what is a customer ID? 91 is customer 01, customer 02. And we have account table. In the account table, this account number is 100 is savings account. This account number is something like current account. Okay, we gave the description for this one, fine. The next one is the customer, the link table, account customer. Here we have linked the account ID with the customer ID. For account ID 100, this account is held by this person, maybe son, and the same account is held by mother. Both son and mother is joint account holder for this one. 92. So 100, 91, 100, 92. Account transaction. Okay, next one is the transaction here. This is the transaction table. Here, what we see, what are the day-to-day transactions? And then in this account ID, how much amount credited, how much money the same account, right? Same day, maybe they would have withdrawn $500 or something like that. And February, if you see in this date, account ID 101, 350 balance is there. Understood? So now what we do is, I just go here and then I will create a visual. I will click on the table visual here. I'm going to click on another table visual here. In this table visual, what I do is, I will bring the account number from my account table. From my account table, instead, what I will do is, okay, account also I will bring it here. Or you can click on it here. So it will be dropped here. Ideally, it should be opposite. See the account and account ID. Okay, 1 second. Let me just go and see account and account ID. Account and account ID got linked here. Okay. And if you see the account customer, these two were linked. Okay. Fine. So what we will do is, we'll put the data here. So 1 second. I just remove the account ID here and balance. You want to see the account wise balance, which is nothing but the amount here. If you drop it here, you can see that the 500 and 350. I just okay, keep it as it is. In account ID 100, the amount is balance is 500, and then account ID 101 350. So you might be wondering how I got these values. So again, you need to go to the data view and see. This is a painful thing. Again, every time if you go here, you will lose track. You see something, and when you go back and see the data, you will get confused. Instead, what I will do is, I'll just put all the things here itself. In this table, what I will do is, I'll just put the account ID and the account name here. I'll create another table. So this is basically for our reference, but in real time, don't do this one. Okay, to view the data itself, because in the real time, the data volume is very high. And also it is not advisable keeping everything in the report page, the data and all. I want to compare the data along with the visuals. So this data came from where? Transaction table. The transaction table, account ID 100, we have 500 balance was there. What I will do is, I will just go and don't summarize. Yes. If you see here in the account ID 100, 1000 was credited and 500 was debited. Since the amount is a number type, it does the automatic summarization. See, whenever you drop any number type in a table visual or any visual, It gives you the sum of amount, sales amount. What I did for the demo purpose, I clicked on the drop down here and I selected don't summarize, so that you will get to know what values are there in the transaction table. This is for our verification purpose. Okay, in the account table, this is what the information we have. In the transaction table, this is what the data we have it. And then I'm going to create another table visual. So 91, customer 1 is customer ID is 91. Okay. And then here what I do is account ID. Okay, here we don't have the, okay, this is what the, okay, at this moment, just see here. So what I will do is I will go and select all these three data set, and then I just select font from the table. Don't worry about this one, we'll see it later, the data visualization font and all. 15, and here I just say 15, that is enough. It looks bit bigger now, so that you can compare the values in the table. This is your customer dimension table, account dimension table. This is your transaction table. Look here on the right side, you can see the table name here. It got selected automatically. Here what I did, I just dropped the account number from the account table and then the amount from the transaction table. These two columns are coming from two different tables. And whatever we see here, 100, it summarizes the value. If you see, don't lose interest, please watch, it's very interesting. Look here, the account 100, what happened? It grouped these two values. And then for this guy, right, in this account, savings account, total balance, it does the sum, 100 1000 minus 500, 500. It gives me 500, sorry. This one gives me, that is how we got this one. Next one is 101, 350, correct. So far, so good. The next one, I just want to see the customer-wise balance. This account-wise balance, fine. Customer-wise balance, what I do is I just drop the customer name here. How much balance each customer have? I'm going to drop the amount column here. If you see here, 500 and 850 is there. 500 and 850 is there. Okay, is that the correct value? The customer 2, 92, his ID is 92. Okay, we will have to use the other table. Customer account table. Account customer. Here, the account ID and then the customer ID. Now, if you see here, the customer 01 is having 500 balance. That is what it says. Customer what is the customer one's customer ID? 91. If you see here, account ID 100. In the account high 100 appears two times. 1000 minus 500 is 500. In customer to 92, 92 is having two accounts, 100, 101. Okay, 100 and 101. 1000 and 350 is there. Sorry, this guy 92, customer ID 92 is having 100 and 101. Okay, 100 and 101. 1350 is there, but it shows 850 only. It is not showing the correct data here. What I will do is I just go here and then I will create okay, it shows correct only. Account customer and the account transaction customer, yeah. So the account ID is held by two different customers. Okay, 92. How much? 500 and 350. Okay, it is displaying it correctly, right? So customer one, okay, what I will do, see here I did the bidirectional relationship. I just make it unidirection here. Look here, it is not showing correct value. When it comes to the balance, see the balance by account, right? Account wise balance, if you see here, it is showing correctly. For customer 100, sorry, account ID 100, how much balance? 1000 minus 500, 500, correct. And 101 account, we have 350 is correct. But in this case, what happened? The customer wise balance, if I see it, the customer ID is 91. If you see here, 850 it is coming, right? Here, how we got 850 here? Customer one is customer one is ID is 91. The account is 100. So 100 you have negative, right? So one account 91 is having negative 500, and other account 92. Okay, this one is having this one. So let me do one thing here. Account ID and customer ID. Yeah, this is the one. I'll just put it here. See, in account ID 100, so two customers are there. Okay, two joint account. Okay, so in this case, how it should, how much it should show? So 100 account ID 100, so 500 it should show, right? 500. This is correct here, but here it is not showing it here. But 101, yeah, 350 should come here, right? It is not showing correctly here. 101 is holding the customer ID is 92. Yeah. Customer 2, 101. 350 should come, 850 it shows. Something wrong here. So what I will do is I'll just enable the bidirectional relationship. This one seems to be a little bit complicated. Don't worry. I'll explain it. The 850 was repeatedly displaying it here earlier. Now, if you see here, it is filtering it correctly here. Customer 1 was having 500. Customer 2 was having 850. So 850, okay, here the customer 2 was actually 350, right? So 100, 101. So 350. But if you see why it shows 850 here, can someone tell me? 92, this is a customer dimension. 92 is mapped with which customer? To 100 and 101. Okay, 100 and 101. So in this case, what happens? And here, let me do this 92 is 100 and 101. This 100 and 101 account is also held by this customer. See, the 100 account ID is joint holders are 91, 92. Apart from this, this person, let's say this is mother and son. The son is apart from the joint account, he has another account, 101. So in the 101, 350, he has the balance here. Okay, and other one is 92 is 100. Okay, here it is getting added here, 850, 500 plus 350, 850. That is what it shows here. And if you go and see the transaction data completely, I just copy paste this. Yeah, in this case, we don't have the customer ID available here. Hence, you cannot find out here. I just see if this is correct column transaction amount. This one comes from customer table. Okay. Here I use the sum function. Instead, if I don't summarize what is happening, If I don't summarize, it is not showing correctly. It is throwing error. It is not able to detect the relationship. You have to use sum only here. See what happens here. How we got 850. Now we understood, right? 1000 minus 500 is 500. So whether it is, whether it is owned by more than one account holder or not, right? End of the day, in the account ID, what is the balance? 500. So 100 is 500, but 101. So this 92 is holding both this one, right? See, this guy is holding joint account 100. In the 100, 500 is their balance, plus the 101, 350 is there. 500 plus 350. 500 plus 350 is 850. That is how we are getting it here. This is a little bit complex. So this example, I took it from Microsoft site itself, okay? But here, the point what you need to note down here is, this balance is not same as this one. Account-wise balance, if somebody is asking, hey, 100 is 500 and 101 is 350. But 92, this guy, 92 is owning two accounts, 100 and 101. So both put together 850. But individually, if you see customer 1 is having 500. You understand? You understood or not? Yeah, Sai Sudha and Deepa was able to. How about Sakshi and Amsini? Are you able to? Forget about all the things. The difference between these two, are you able to understand or not? See, simple bank account. Two accounts are there. In each account, what is the balance? It gives me. Okay. But in this case, customer wise, if I want to see the balance, what happens is, this guy, listen to person Ashok is owning account 101 and 100. Two accounts he is holding it. Yes, Sakshi, you're able. Yeah. Ashok is holding two accounts. But this account is a joint account. Forget about that. Ashok is holding two accounts. So 500 plus 350 is 850. Yes, you can understand. That is what it shows here. But in order to get this value, you need to enable bi-directional relationship between these two tables. Why? Because account table was directly linked with the transaction table. These two tables, you are linked with the account IDs. Hence, there are no issues here. It is doing the filtering correctly, but since customer table is not directly linked with the transaction table, it cannot do the filtering directly. It cannot do the proper filtering. But here what we did, we created but again, this table you cannot use it to filter this table because there are no direct relationship. So in this case, you need a bridge table. Bridge table, what you put the ID columns from both the tables into this table. And then you are going to access this table via this table. But this table should, should go up and down here, bi-directional. This table, this table wants to filter this table, and this table should filter this table, and then this table in turn filter this table. This is where you will get confused. The customer table has to navigate via the account customer. Account customer has to navigate the account table. But to get back the balance, this guy has to talk to this guy, isn't it? So hence it requires a bidirectional relationship. If I go and enable a single here, look here. Oh, yeah, this is the one can talk to this, but this guy should talk to this guy, isn't it? So this guy should talk to this. This guy is talking to this guy is talking to this guy. This guy should, unless this guy talk to this guy, how he can get the balance from this table? So he has to talk to this guy. This guy is already talking to this guy. Hence, when you talk to this guy, and he will get to know how much balance he has indirectly. So for that, you need to enable the bidirectional relationship. So now you understood why we need a bridge table. Without bridge table, you cannot do it. Obviously, you cannot, join those two tables because there is no common column exists between these two tables. Your customer ID, customer name is there, account ID, account name is there, but there is no common column. To have a common column, you need to have bridge here. Account ID and customer ID, these two, you combine it, and then what is one to many you create it. And that is how you can do it. You understood? Now there is another scenario where we have two fact tables, order fact table and fulfillment table. Okay, in this case, I just go to the report canvas. I will create another page. Here what I do is, okay, I already did this one in the interest of time. It is already, what is the time now? It is 9:02. Okay, what we will do is we will wrap up with this because it's a little bit bigger topic, the many-to-many. This is one example for a many-to relationship. I will share the video and this file. You just go through on it. And what we'll do is this Friday, we'll circle back, right? So far, whatever I covered, take time tomorrow, you just review the topic. But I would suggest, don't rush.